Hi, this is Rob.
And Katie from Livin Lovin Disney.
With a big thanks for listening to the podcast. But we'd also like to remind you to subscribe, follow, and rate us on the following sites: iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, or Podbean.
Also, you can find us on Facebook. We'd love to hear some suggestions and comments that we can use maybe in our future shows.
Hi, this is Rob.
And Katie.
And welcome into Livin Lovin Disney. Tonight we have some special guests. Over to my right we have...
the DVC announcer guy, making your dreams come true.
Yeah. And then on to my left we have Sophia and Aaliyah. And actually the DVC announcer guy is our son Jacob.
No, it's not.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's what you think. No, but anyways, we have Jacob and Sophia here with us tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about some trips that they've taken. They went to Disneyland Paris, and it's been a while since you guys have been there. But what was the reason why you guys went there in the first place? Why don't we cover that first?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that because, some things that I've read online comparing Disneyland Paris and Disneyland Anaheim, people are like, why on earth would I want to go to Paris? Because you have to pay so much to go over there, and Paris in and of itself is just expensive, etc., etc. Well, my wife Sophia was going to be performing with a group from our university, and she was going to be over there anyway. And we had been married like 3 weeks, and so said, I'll meet you over there in Berlin for your last show, and then you and I will just travel Europe for like 10 days for our actual like honeymoon.
Yeah, because we had a mini honeymoon before, little weekend thing, then went back to school. So this was what we considered our real honeymoon.
Right. So we were like, if we're going to be in Europe, we added Paris to our trip and just figured, might as well go there. So I surprised her.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jacob was surprised.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys
told. Yeah, I knew about that.
But
you told me.
It was the... Like, I did a scavenger hunt, and then at the end...
Valentine's Day, yeah.
Yeah, at the end, she found a Minnie Mouse and a little scroll.
Right,
it was a little scroll that had Disneyland Paris tickets, and she was so confused. Right. She goes, Disneyland? Huh? Wait, what?
At first, I thought it was just Disneyland in California, and then I saw Paris.
I, pointed at it or something, and you flipped out, and so that's why we went originally. It wasn't like, we're going to go all the way to Paris just to go to Disneyland Paris. We were going to be over there anyway.
Right.
We're going to be in Paris anyway. We might as well spend a day there.
Take advantage and,
okay.
Go to Disneyland.
So, what was when you guys, we've obviously never been to Disneyland Paris, but what was your first impression? Well, first off, how was it getting to Disneyland Paris? Is Disneyland Paris out in the country, or how is it situated in Paris? Do you remember? You had to take a train, didn't you?
I know we had to take a train from where we were staying. It was kind of confusing, I would say, transportation-wise, because I feel like in other places in Europe, you have signs that are in English, but in France, I feel like it's easier if you know the language. So I think we had some difficulty. Yeah. Eventually we found the trains that had like was it the castle or I just remember there was like a symbol and then you were like, okay, we're on the right track.
Yeah. But we were staying in an Airbnb like an hour outside of Paris anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah,
how long
it was.
Ride was it,
I feel like it was like 45 minutes.
Okay.
It's definitely outside the city. Because, I don't know the exact number, but it's, it's over 100 acres, and so it's in its own little place outside of the city.
Yeah, it definitely seemed far out.
So it's like 45 minutes, and we had a heck of a time just
So when you got off the train, what did you do after? Did you have to
I remember we walked, it was underground. Yeah, Sophia cried. It was underground. It was like kind of a subway. We walked up. It was like a 5-minute walk to the actual park.
Okay, so it was pretty close to the park at that point.
Yeah. It dropped you off right there.
A pretty close walk.
Yeah, we dropped you off right there, and we got there decently early. I think it was like maybe 9 or 10. We wanted to get there earlier, but I forgot our tickets. So we had to go back.
We had to walk back.
Crap. We walked we walked like 2 miles or something because we're poor college students, and so we love to travel, but
on a budget.
And so we're like walking to the bus stop.
And Sophia's like, "You got the tickets, Jacob?" And you're like,
"Actually, we were at the train stop, and I was
we
like,
were at the train.
So, I actually called. I remember calling them and saying,
I know. Oh yeah, you did call them.
Or I tried to email them or something and said, I forgot my tickets, but I'm just gonna.
You didn't go back for the tickets.
"Oh,
Remember you called them and they
what?
said it was fine.
Really?
I remember.
Gosh, I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Weren't we like on our way back and then they like responded or because I remember being ticked off and starting to walk that way.
That's funny. I don't know. I just remember being nervous.
think
Like,
you're right.
what if we went there and they said it was fine, but really it wasn't, and then we were like, oh, we'll have to pay for the tickets again.
I don't even remember at this
Something
point. But anyway,
it's been 2 years.
yeah, it's been a couple years since.
Hello.
But yeah, it's outside the city, and it drops you off right there. And the tickets are actually cheaper too. Because
what was the?
It was like $74.
Yeah, and what is it
Something
now?
like-
$130 basically.
And that was just one day, because like here, you go to the park here, and the more days, the cheaper it is, or whatever. But one single day, $70, $75, something
That's
like that.
It's probably $50 less. Probably.
It says it's 19 miles from Paris.
From the city center.
It
Okay,
says
yeah,
it's
so
only
it's
a
out there a little bit.
35 to 40 minute trip.
Okay, so yeah,
so
it
you're
was
right
about
on
that.
that.
And I think it was like it wasn't in the direction where we were staying. So we kind of had to go like that, or it was kind of a triangle between Paris, the city where we were staying, and Disneyland. So it was about the same distance.
Okay,
anyway.
So when you first got there, you got out the train, and then you said you cried.
Yes.
Why?
Because it had been, the last time I went to Disneyland was in California, and that was in 2013. So it had been about 5 years. And obviously, I feel
First
like
time we'd ever been
yeah,
there,
we're
right?
both big Disney lovers. I think that was one of the things that immediately connected us when we were dating. We would play like these Disney games, or you would make, do Disney characters, like voices, and name that movie, kind of like Seen It, but just between us two. Anyways, I think we're big like Disney lovers, and it had been a long time, and it was beautiful. Like, you walk in and you can immediately just see the castle, and it was special. Yeah.
So what was the difference between the castle there versus, say, Disneyland?
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, you guys can just Google this too, but like when the castle is raised, so it's on a hill.
Okay.
And there's
So
like
it's-
water beneath it.
there's
right?
there's a moat, but like the Disney castle is on a hill, and it's on a nice green hill.
Okay.
So
All
it's
that
kind of cool. Yeah,
grass,
there's like
yeah.
patches of there's like a lawn on the side of it, and it's raised. So like Sophia said, you can see it.
Isn't it?
I think it has some different color patterns on it and stuff too. Yeah.
Pink and blue. It's pink and
Yeah, that was one thing I felt like it was very pink compared to, because the other castles are more gray,
I don't
right?
even
With
remember.
pink in
I
it.
think he showed me a picture.
white
earlier.
and blue.
Yeah, so it was
It did look a
Yeah,
little
it's
different.
lighter
blue.
It was lighter
Gray
colored.
Is it with Sleeping
And
Beauty's
don't forget
castle?
the alligators that
Oh, I
swim
think-
around in the moat.
Right?
Like,
Do not feed the alligators.
She's like, what?
I'm like, I forgot about
Yeah,
that
in the moat.
part.
They got alligators in the moat.
Now the moat, does that remind you
Surprise!
of old Disneyland when they had or Disney World with the swan boats? And
What's that?
remember you talked about the swan boats? that used
Yeah,
to
they
go
used to
water?
have the swan boats at Disney
Originally.
World.
I saw old footage of that or something.
Yeah. I wish I would have been at Disney World when
When
they
it was
had
green
those.
and had water around
There's
it.
a lawn there
Oh.
and more trees in that area than there is now. But definitely. So, okay, so you saw the castle. That was pretty cool. Do you recollect anything about Main Street? I mean, was any?
There was still a Main Street, obviously.
Yeah. Was it
I
much
don't
different?
remember. I mean, everything
Like-
was in French, obviously,
yeah,
right?
all of the signs. So just
So it was
kind of cool.
kind of cool.
Then you go bonjour, bonjour.
Yeah,
bonjour,
the
bonjour, bonjour,
voices.
and they start singing to you.
Really know.
There goes the baker with it. It's actually a baker. What the heck?
I know.
Real.
And you turn into Belle.
I know.
By the way, Sophia's,
Jacob's-
what is your majors?
Oh, it's a music dance theater. That's
yeah,
what I'm
major
studying.
in
Yeah,
college,
so definitely musicals,
Yeah.
singing.
she started
Real
singing
life.
Belle's part.
Yeah.
Came into
Jacob
great
was beast.
Yep, that's our life. That's the movie title that defines our life. Beauty and the Beast.
So
But
Yeah, but I can't
Yeah, I
remember
feel like
anything Main
everything
Street.
was
I don't remember anything significantly different other than things being in French. But I was telling you guys earlier, I didn't go. I mean, I hadn't been to Disneyland since I was like 14, and I was like 23 at the time, or maybe 22 at the time. And so it had been
even longer for you.
8 years or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so I don't remember being able to, oh, this is different than that, other than some bigger rides and stuff.
You're not really looking for the differences at that point.
Yeah, so I wish I had more, but I'm like, dang, I don't.
I think that every time I go, I want to really look at this ride and spot differences of this and that, and I never do. I get
just stuck
so
in the moment.
caught up in the moment that I
They're
just
doing their
forget
job
all
well.
about it. I try to pay attention, but I'm always like, dang it, when I get through it. So I just get too wrapped up in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Which is saying
That's what
something
you're
in
supposed
and of
to
itself.
do. Yeah,
Right?
it is immersive.
So what are the, now there's different rides there. So what are some of the different rides that you can remember that
We're
you
different.
guys experienced there?
Favorites.
Oh, I'm trying to think.
I mean, my favorite was Indiana Jones. I mean, it was cool in some senses, but I mean,
we have our video on.
yeah, we had our video writing it, but like, I mean, Indiana Jones in California is classic. You're in the Humvee or you're in the Jeep or whatever, and you're going through, and you get whiplash. It's great. You're feeling. You have a souvenir with you for 2 days. You can't sleep and stuff. Your neck's hurt.
You got a souvenir whiplash.
Yeah, you had a
It's a
souvenir.
souvenir whiplash over here.
Everybody's walking out with a crooked neck.
Really great ride. Thanks, whiplash.
But in Paris, it was
Whiplash
a roller
Mountain.
coaster.
Yeah. It was fun though.
And so, when you get in a roller coaster and the bars come over your shoulders, you're like, this is going to be a good one. Because you're going to go upside down or do something crazy. So it was cool. I mean, it had the same feel as Indiana Jones, like the stone, the relics and stuff like that. But, I mean, it was a roller coaster, so.
But
that was really
there was
cool.
a loop in it.
Yeah, you did a loop-de-loop and stuff.
I'm looking at pictures right now. Do you remember like the stairs and they had like the fire burning out?
Yeah, was the queue pretty cool? I mean, the line. You remember like?
I don't remember staying in lines like super long in Paris.
I know it wasn't.
Well,
it was pretty quick. I feel like.
And we were there in May of 2018, so it was approaching summertime. Spring summertime.
Right.
I don't feel like it was super crowded. I felt like it was pretty good lines. I mean, maybe like I don't remember ever waiting more than an hour for anything.
Yeah.
So I don't remember, but maybe 30, 45 minutes or something. So yeah, the lines are pretty good.
You kind of said earlier when we were talking about this that you thought the park was a lot smaller than say Disneyland.
Definitely.
Do you think that too?
Yeah, I would even say it was smaller, and this was just something when we were talking about the castle. Wouldn't you say the castle seemed a little bit smaller as well? Like more maybe vertical, but not as like
Big.
grand and
Grandiose.
big. But yeah, I would say overall we pretty much were able to walk around and see everything. We weren't able to do every single ride because you're only there for a day, but I feel like we saw a lot, if not all of it, because it was smaller.
So I'm Googling it now. It says Disneyland theme park in Anaheim.
It says it's smaller.
It's
and we're,
85.
Like,
Well, it says it's 85 acres.
The total like rides and that area. That
Yeah,
kind of
just
stuff
not
in the park,
not
yeah.
all of Disney property like
Right.
downtown Disney and all that stuff, but just the park itself. And it says that Disneyland Paris is 140 acres.
no way. Really?
And that's
Significantly bigger.
but it didn't seem that.
It didn't
like
seem
it
that
was.
way.
Did it
But-
seem small to you, or
when
was
I was-
that just me?
Maybe we just didn't get
Maybe
around
we
enough.
didn't
course,
see
I-
everything.
I don't know.
Maybe we just didn't see enough.
Just
Well, they
maybe
say
there's
that's the
more.
smallest
Maybe they
park.
pack
That's why
more
it
in
advertises it's the
Disneyland
smallest park.
California, because Disneyland California I think has more attractions
Mm-hmm.
in it than Magic Kingdom Florida. I think they have more attractions.
Yes,
It's just more
because
packed
they're-
into
and
a
it's a
smaller
lot
space.
smaller space.
The rides are spread between the four kingdoms in Disney World and Disneyland.
Well, no,
is
I mean
packed
they
into
got a lot of the
Disneyland
same stuff.
and California Adventure.
That's crazy.
No, that's not really a true comparison, really. Because
Kinda.
Magic Kingdom and Disney are the same. Basically, they're almost identical. Other than Disneyland has more attractions in it.
I mean, I would say like for Paris, things did seem a little bit more like open. It had a
Yeah.
little bit more open of like a
I mean,
like layout.
Yeah, it could be.
But
I
I wouldn't.
Magic Kingdom's like that too.
I wouldn't guess 60 more acres of extra space.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say, oh, maybe 10 or 15 or 20 or whatever. But
Now
I thought it was
there
bigger.
is
Bigger.
2 parks there though.
So maybe,
That's true.
and we didn't go.
And,
to
but
the
I don't
other.
know that it's. I'm not sure if it's a separate ticketed park. There, they have like a Hollywood Studios area in Paris as well, but I don't know if it's a separate ticketed park or if it's part of the one and the same.
yeah,
I'm not sure about that.
I think we had to pay extra. I remember we talked about it, and we were like, we won't have time to.
But I do know lots of people didn't even know it was there.
Maybe that was it
Yeah.
too.
There's not a lot. There wasn't a lot differentiating it from the other park. It was very plain. From what I watched, on Disney Plus, they had on that Imaginarium story.
Yeah.
They talk about it in there, and until they put Ratatouille in there, the crowds really didn't go to that part.
We had no incentive to go.
Yeah, to go over there. So once Ratatouille went in there, brought some life into that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if
think
that's
how it
counting
went. So I don't
that
know.
other park. I mean,
I don't know.
but it says here it's the largest of the 5 Magic Kingdoms.
We
in the
do our
world.
homework on this podcast.
They also have
Wikipedia
Tower
says.
of, they also have Tower of Terror. Don't you remember walking by and we saw it on the side?
I don't remember.
I wonder if
that.
they're counting that as well.
Oh wait, this is coming back to me. There were a couple things where
We're like,
we're
oh, that looks so cool.
But there was it was a division. I guess we don't have tickets for over there.
Okay, maybe this is
So
park then.
I think it was a separate park.
Yeah, I just looked it up. They do have Tower of Terror in Paris. So.
It's foggy, but it's coming back.
So
That's
okay,
true.
so you went on Indiana Jones is a roller coaster with a loop. It was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you talking about that. What are some of the other areas that you remember that you?
What was my favorite? I should know the name of it. It was where we got our food, the burgers, that ride that we went on.
Oh, Hyperspace Mountain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Hyperspace Mountain.
What,
That
was
was
it-
fun.
what about Hyperspace Mountain? did you
Oh
like?
no!
I mean, because I've been on Hyperspace Mountain, Space Mountain at Disneyland. They have
We've never
it there,
done
but I don't
Disneyland.
know if it's the same though.
I feel like I have.
I-
Maybe we haven't. Not together.
I haven't. I don't remember because we went to Disneyland last summer.
It might be different. It
remember.
might be a little different
Right.
there in Paris. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to.
I know. I wish I had
Go to
prepared
Maybe they talk to you in French or something.
everything.
But I mean, it's cool. I mean, I love Hyperspace Mountain, and this isn't just something specific to Paris. Obviously, it's in California, but yeah, Hyperspace Mountain's awesome, and that's before Sophia saw the Star Wars movies. So
Yeah, so I had no idea.
she didn't even.
Really?
It was like the TIE fighter. She do 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 do. She's like
living in
spaceships.
I know.
She's like, what are these spaceships fighting about? What's going on here? I'm
But
like,
we went on it like
what?
Don't you
It's the
remember?
Empire, of course.
Oh my God. We went
What are
on
you
it like
talking
4
about?
times. Don't you
Makes it-
remember?
We went on it like 4 times.
Because we
Yeah.
loved it so much.
Yeah.
Mr. Obvious.
DVC Nazi guy over there. What do you think, DVC Nazi guy? Thanks.
I actually. Yeah, was it fast enough
Got
to
him
the
off
punch?
guard.
I was gonna say something to the effect of.
I've actually never been anywhere. I just talk about it.
Yeah,
You're
but
the best.
I don't know how it would compare to California, but I mean that's a fun one.
But it was a fun ride.
I had never been. I mean,
Do you
like I
know?
said.
Did you notice anything like the exterior? Was it different? Do you remember if the building was like different exterior?
Not that I
than
remember.
Space Mountain?
not that I remember.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
about that one, but I just maybe it was because we were in France. I just feel like the exterior of all the
'Cause you guys are
buildings
too
and the
busy staring at
architecture
each other.
was very like French.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's
City
how
of-
Disneyland is already, but I just felt like there was definitely a French touch as far
Yeah,
as
right.
architecture
I think they're
goes
probably-
with their
Yeah.
buildings. Not
Mm-hmm.
in particular to that ride, but I feel like overall there was that kind
Yeah.
of French little
Okay.
touch to it. Yeah,
Oh, you guys were on your honeymoon.
I know.
You're like, where-
Everything was lovely.
Where-
Oh,
Jacob, where we? Disneyland? What? Jacob? We're in Disneyland. What? Okay. Katie, you got any questions for him?
well, you were talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, how it felt different.
Oh, that was. We didn't.
That was.
That was
I think it was one with
Shanghai.
That
Shanghai.
Yeah, I love that.
Paris. I
We're
don't.
going to touch that too.
Yes.
I remember
Favorite ride.
going on Pirates of the Caribbean.
Do they have
in
one?
Paris? I remember doing it, but I don't remember it.
Being
Wow, that's
super-
different over there. Like I don't remember.
Compared to Shanghai, I thought it was
There's
Right.
a lot of
Extremely different.
No, I mean like even Captain Jack, where he's singing yo ho, pipes left for me. He's singing in English still.
Right.
So, I mean,
He's,
I didn't
he's
know
sitting
anything
on
was
the
different.
pile. He looked like he's sitting on the pile of
He's sitting
treasure, though.
pile of booty.
So
Booty.
it's
Booty
different
on booty.
than the one where at Disney World he's sitting in the treasure room.
Right, on a
It's
chair,
little
on a
different
throne.
there.
wow, you guys are good.
Uh,
I wouldn't notice these things.
but that's a little different, but it's probably real similar.
Yeah, I think it was pretty similar.
So,
We only ate one time there.
what
I was
did you
gonna
guys have?
say no. We ate twice.
Did you have a French hamburger or something? Was it a hamburger?
Well, we
or
had
a
French
roll?
toast.
Hamburger.
We had French toast.
You have a
With
hamburger?
French fries and all on top of a croissant. No, we had like a burger and fries or
We had a
something.
burger and fries, but before we got like a snack, I remember hoping there was
I
like
bet you they
corn
were
dogs.
French fries.
French fries. I do remember getting French fries. But I remember feeling like their selection of food wasn't that big.
I mean, it
There was
wasn't
no.
any different.
I don't remember seeing churros, or I remember wanting a corn dog, and there was no. I mean, I guess we're in France, right?
Did they do Mickey ice cream heads and
I don't even remember. We were
Ice cream bars.
we were so poor that we were just we brought snacks with us. We would go
And we
across
were
the
like,
little
we'll eat one
bakery,
meal. Yeah.
get some bread or whatever, and then go in. And then we said we'll give ourselves one good meal, and we went to it was like Pizza Planet, like the Toy Story, and we got like burgers and fries. I got in line, and they said, "Okay, no more for the day, no more for the night."
Really?
And Sophia and I were so freaking hungry.
Yeah,
We were so happy.
What
that
time
we
was
got-
it at this point?
It was right before fireworks,
So
and
it was dark.
it must have been 10:30 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, we were gonna get food early, but we
mean-
wanted to keep going on
Yeah, we
That
were
ride.
like last
on so many
thing.
different rides. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we were last ones out of the park. Last ones. It was bone dry by the time we got out.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, that
it
was another
it
thing I
midnight,
wanted to
believe.
say. It didn't seem as crowded. Right? Do you agree?
I feel like during the fireworks there was quite a few people there.
That's
so.
true during fireworks time.
Was
But
it?
I just feel like overall it didn't seem as crowded
Uh-huh.
compared to when we went to LA.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think like our longest wait in the line was maybe like 45 minutes, an hour. You definitely didn't have any 2 hours.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
It was just so wide. And
75
spread out.
minutes. I don't think we had any of those.
so your favorite was Indiana Jones.
Mine was what?
Hyperspace Mountain.
Hyperspace
Mountain.
Mountain. That was mine.
Any
Love
other
that one.
memorable rides that
Yeah.
We went on the Tarzan, or what was it called?
Tarzan's treehouse.
Yes.
We just walked through it. They had a little Aladdin. Area. Yeah, you can go through, and there was the magic lamp in there, and
Right.
Abu was stealing something, and
So it was a walk-through kind of area. Where you
yeah,
could
it's just like a
walk through some
walkthrough
shops
type
and stuff.
thing. Yeah,
One
exactly.
thing I remember and love when we were walking through was there were so many different families from all over. I remember there was these kids speaking German, and then remember there was that family, and the dad took the picture for us, and he was speaking Spanish. Maybe they were from Spain or something. But that was one thing that was neat because obviously Disneyland Paris is kind of the Disneyland for everyone in Europe. And so
Yeah.
I feel like you saw so many different people from all over with different languages because that's their place for Disneyland, right? I mean, there's no other place in Europe, right, as far
Right,
as
that's-
Disneyland goes.
that's it.
So that was kind of neat to see so many different families coming from all over, all these different languages. But
Yeah, I mean, any Disney park you go to, you feel like it's a melting pot, but I think especially
Right.
there,
yeah,
But
at
Well, it
least
was
in the
Euro
United States
Disney
in
first.
English.
That's what they called it.
right, Euro Disney is
not
opened in
Disney
the
World.
early 90s or whatever.
Not at
Yeah,
Disney
when it
World.
first
Oh,
opened.
No, you get a lot of Brazilians. There's a lot of culture in Disney
It's
World.
it's a melting pot too.
You hear a lot of languages. We'd watch Josh because he
oh
speaks
yeah.
Portuguese, and we'd be walking along, and he'd go Brazilian, because he could pick up on their conversations as we're
Totally.
walking
But
around.
you had, to
Yeah.
you had to watch it, or they'd figure out these new Portuguese and start talking to him. And they'd be like, crap.
So
Yeah.
let's come back for a minute, an hour.
But any other areas in the park that you can remember? I think there's a Alice in Wonderland area. Is that true?
They have a
we did
maze there.
Yeah, we did
Oh,
Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
so
walked through the labyrinth.
So Did it take you a while to get
I
through
don't
that?
even remember.
I'm like, oh, we
We're
did.
still in it.
Well,
I'm still there.
It's yeah. I'm actually zooming from. No,
Remember the
I
Lazarus
just
now.
I have pictures on. I don't remember it, but I have
Right.
pictures on my phone
Yeah, I
of
remember
us
you
there,
told
and
me
I'm
that.
like,
Really?
yeah, there was a
Yeah.
labyrinth there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Hi,
apparently,
Sophia.
I know.
yeah.
You guys are staring at each
We're
other.
just so in love.
Fireworks comparison.
Did you guys stay for the fireworks?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
we
stayed for
definitely
until the
stayed.
very last firework. Everything, I believe everything was in
Same
French.
show.
Everything was in French. You know, they did.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's the same show as Disneyland. I haven't.
Probably.
I
It
don't
could be
remember.
totally
I
different.
have
When we were at
videos
Disneyland last summer, we didn't stay for the fireworks. I don't think.
For
With Kirsten Moon.
we stayed for part of it, and
Part
then,
of it?
Yeah. We left.
In Disneyland, do they do the projecting on the side of the?
Yeah.
On
I
the
remember
outside.
that.
And Disney World, they do the projection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do
it's
they
just
do
a projection
that in
and
Paris?
yeah, they did the projection.
I
in
remember
Paris
feeling
and
like they went
fireworks.
all out for it. You know,
Yeah.
like because I think we were wondering, oh, because we're in Paris, is it not going to be as big and grand as we've seen at home
It
or
is
in the
a Disney
U.S.?
park, though.
Yeah, and I felt like, oh
Right.
no, it was definitely big and very.
Yeah, so it's like as far as like specific goes, yeah, I probably wouldn't know, but I did feel like it was comparable to as far as like.
So they
the
blew your
grandeur.
years, some of these years.
Put the castle on the hill and give you a good view.
Oh yeah,
Did about
Oh
totally.
yeah.
I mean, I have. Sorry, you can edit this out.
It's still bad view.
This is the fireworks show.
Oh yeah, can you hear that?
So we
French?
Yeah, everything was in French.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
croissant.
some of it there.
French toast and French fries.
Anybody,
What
that's French is listening to this.
Je m'appelle Sophia.
Sorry, people from France.
I know.
We're stupid Americans.
No, we loved it. So
Je parle en
beautiful.
français.
Oh yeah. Je m'appelle Sophia.
Merci. Whatever that is.
Merci. Bonjour. No.
Bonjour.
Here comes a baker.
Yeah, fireworks are great, and I just remember. I mean, anytime you go to Disney, you feel like you just ran a marathon. At the end of the day, you're just
yeah.
beat, you know.
We were
Sure.
exhausted.
I remember we were riding the train home, and Sophia was out, and it's at this point we're getting to our stop, and it's 1 a.m, and then we have to walk 2 miles, and we're just like, I remember it being kind of a little bit sketchy. We were like,
You were kind of, yeah.
Well, you're in a
On
foreign
edge.
country. I don't know what the heck
yeah,
you're
and I
Because there were some
kinda,
guys out pretty late, and you could tell they had been like drinking from our train stop before we walked to our little
puffed up my
Airbnb.
chest a little bit.
He did.
Let's get you home, honey.
Thanks, DVC.
But we ended up getting
Well,
home
I'm
at
so
like.
glad the DVC announcer guy was with me in Paris.
He sure sounds strong. But yeah, we ended up getting home at like 2 or something.
Yeah.
And we were
Right.
just wiped. I mean, imagine getting done with your Disney day and you're just
Oh, yeah,
exhausted, and then you
walking all
gotta
day.
ride a train home for an hour, walk for another hour. I mean, it was.
Oh, I've
it
been
was
waiting for a
sucky.
bus. That sucks enough when you're done at the end of the night. You like end of DVC night, and you're waiting for your bus. You're just like,
Midnight.
Oh, yeah.
or you ran all day and you're waiting for your bus, and the bus comes and you're too far back in the line that you can't get on that bus. And you
you
gotta
have
wait
to
for
wait
the next
for
bus,
the next one.
and you're just beat. Yeah, I can only imagine getting on a train in a foreign country.
Yeah.
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 But it was awesome, and we got
Definitely
some
a highlight.
heat a little bit because, like we said earlier, you're gonna go all the way to Paris and you're gonna go to Disneyland.
Because we only had, just to explain,
Yeah.
we only had about 3 days.
It was like
and
3 days and 2 nights.
Yeah,
2.5 days
Our
in
honeymoon
Paris.
altogether was like 10 days, and we kind
Uh-huh.
of just hopped around. It was kind of like little
So
appetizers.
what
of
else
each
did you guys
country.
while you're in Paris? What else did you guys?
We honestly spent 1 day in the city.
Yeah,
we
we walked around, went
Did
to
you
the
guys
Eiffel
see
Tower.
anything? You saw the Eiffel Tower?
Oh,
yeah, we
yeah.
walked around the Eiffel Tower.
It's huge.
It was
It's so big.
It was fun for us to just walk around the city.
You're like,
It's
it's an itty bitty little tower.
like 4 feet tall. I was really confused.
It's all photographs. Man.
Yeah, it's just the angles.
Trick photography.
It's just the angles.
It's just like 2-inch high thing.
No, but there was so much that we wanted to do, and I mean, you need to spend at least a week, just to scratch the surface in Paris. And we had 2
Just
full
probably
days.
Even in the city, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, just in the city. We had 2 full days, and one of those days was in Disneyland. So the other day we were like...
We did get a lot of heat for it, yeah.
And, I mean, we even felt, I want to do this. Oh, well, that's 2 hours away.
From French people, or what?
No. Just like...
From, like, friends from home, or we told them what we're going to do.
Friends and family, but even each other. Because we went to Disneyland the first day we were there. This is fun. And then the second day was this is our first and last day in the actual city.
Okay.
It was like, oh, crap. Like, there's so much that we want to do.
But looking back, I wouldn't change it. Because I feel like we're such big Disney lovers. Like, it was worth it for us.
It's still, there's different stuff there that you're not going to get, in the domestic parks. So, like they have they have a haunted mansion. You don't remember if they're
I don't have a clue.
But it's supposed to be a little bit more scary than the Disneyland one. It's not as, from what I think I've watched some videos on it before, it's supposed to be a little more serious, more scary than the Disneyland version. It's more scary but goofy.
Yeah.
Kind of, goofy ghosts and stuff. More lighthearted. So there's that there that you guys didn't get a chance. Because I think when you guys were going, I think there was a couple of things there that were closed for like refurbishment or
probably.
something.
I mean, there's always something.
There's always that because we get to go over there how often. So any other? What do you got?
Well, since we're here with a world traveler, she should probably tell us about Shanghai too.
Oh, yes. I did have the
Okay,
opportunity.
but first, let's take a break.
Music time.
Hi, this is Rob.
And Katie from Livin Lovin Disney.
With a big thanks for listening to the podcast. But we'd also like to remind you to subscribe, follow, and rate us on the following sites: iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, or Podbean.
Also, you can find us on Facebook. We'd love to hear some suggestions and comments that we could use maybe in our future shows. Until next time.
Yes, so I had the opportunity to go to China with a performing group I was in at my university. So the first time we went to Europe, and that's how we got to go to Paris Disneyland. That was with a group called Livin Legends. This time it was with Young Ambassadors. Anyways, we were there for 3 weeks. Was it 3 weeks? 3 long weeks.
Help me.
Poor Jacob.
I know.
I didn't go to any shows that
time. We tried to find ways that it's a lot
more
more expensive to go to China, but the university paid for everyone, a part of the performing group, to go to Disneyland. It was their option. Only like maybe a handful of people, I think 5 students, decided not to because they're like, we want to see more of China. But
they have no souls.
But
Free Disneyland? Nope.
They got a lot of heat for that. Yeah, a lot of people were like, "What?" But it was really fun. Yeah. So I went to Shanghai Disneyland because I know they have Hong Kong and Shanghai, but we went to Shanghai, and it was so fun.
So, in Shanghai, is that a small park?
I would say, I mean, if Jacob might want to check the facts, but I feel like it was pretty
smaller,
big.
But
really?
I don't know. I'm just off memory. I thought from stuff that I watched that it was a smaller park, but it might not be. It might be bigger.
Yeah, I feel like by the end of the day, for some reason, with Paris, I felt like we saw a lot, and maybe we didn't. But with Shanghai, I felt like I didn't get to see as much as I
Okay, so you walk into Shanghai. Now you're in Shanghai, and you walk in to that. How does that enter? Do you remember it?
Yes, I remember a big group of us. We woke up around like 4 or maybe like 5 o'clock in the morning, and we all got a cab because the university paid for the bus to take us and for everyone to sleep in and get there maybe around 9 or 10. But we left really early because we wanted to be the very first people to be there. Oh, and this is something for when you go to Shanghai, just be aware it is custom for everyone to shove. You could be in line, but the moment those doors open, it was crazy.
Get out of the way!
We were laughing.
You don't shove somebody, yeah, you jerk.
No, we were all laughing because it felt like Black Friday. You're in line and people just come and kind of shove you.
It's customary, really?
It was just so normal.
How rude.
And it wasn't, but that's the thing. It wasn't in a rude way. It was just kind of like, oh, that's the norm. You just have to kind of shove your way in.
I've kind of heard that the personal space thing doesn't exist there.
Yeah.
It's like a...
Especially in the line. No, especially
I was going to say
lines.
something. I'm not going to say it.
So I just feel like that was something that kind of caught me off guard as far as culture goes.
Yeah.
Disneyland, obviously has its own unified culture, but I feel like
Sure.
being in China, that was a big thing where it's like, okay, get ready. Once those doors open, like, it's free game. And even in the lines, people just kind of move up in front and just,
Right.
there's no
Shove
like, hey,
past
you
you?
cut me, or,
Wow.
yeah. So, that was, it was fun though. It was like all fun for us because we were like, whoa,
Now
okay,
I'm gonna
just
cut
kind of
you.
get in.
You
But-
cut me, so I'm gonna cut you now.
And I remember the castle being, it's like you walk in and you can see it, but there's still, it's not quite a walk, but it obviously isn't like it's like one of the first things you see, but it's kind of farther away. Like you have to make your way to the castle.
Now, is Main Street, isn't it different there? It's not like Main Street USA, is it? Do you remember that? I thought it was different. I thought Main Street in Shanghai was different because of the culture difference. Mm-hmm. That maybe they did something different there than...
I'm trying to think. I feel like,
You don't remember any, like...
well, having been to, because we went to Disneyland in California
Right.
and all that, I didn't notice a huge difference, but then again, I wasn't as
you
aware
weren't,
of it.
yeah, you weren't spotting that out. So.
Yeah, and we first walked in and we all wanted to buy our Mickey,
Sure.
our Minnie ears, and
Right.
I just remember when we walked, I got a Mickey donut. I felt like they
Oh,
had
really?
a lot more food selections, except the corn dogs are a little different. But
Like they
still
travel
good.
5,000 miles.
Yeah, but all I
Fried-
remember in
fried
Main
rat-
Street.
Fried rat.
On a stick.
Fried mouse on a stick.
No,
Sorry.
Ratatouille on a stick.
No, the meat color was different. It still tasted the same. Okay, maybe
There's like spots of green in there.
no, that's
It was like moving a little bit.
not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, it was still good food. It's just, yes. Oh my goodness. It's not what you're used to entirely. But around Main Street, I remember seeing Minnie and Mickey, and they were like holding hands. And yeah, so I probably wasn't as aware because I was so like, Minnie and Mickey.
Of course.
So what was your first impression of the castle? Because the castle's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
looking.
oh, I love the castle. I thought it was huge and beautiful. Yep.
It
We're
says
looking at
it's
pictures
the
right now.
biggest. It's the biggest castle
Yeah,
of
I
all
thought it
of
was
Disney.
It is the
Huge.
largest castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks huge.
I think I even I have some, and here's
Here's
the
a shot. Here's a shot of the castle down.
It's
down
very-
the
Yeah,
street.
it felt very
ornate.
wide compared to Paris, which seemed kind of small and up.
Okay.
Shanghai just seemed so wide
think
and
it says
just
it's
grand.
the widest and it's the tallest. It says,
Okay,
too.
then yeah,
It's
I would
just a
say
big one.
it felt like that
And-
way.
and-
It's
I was-
quite ornate. It has lots of different.
Yeah, beautiful.
I was looking up
Yeah.
the acreage for Shanghai,
Okay.
and it's telling us, 930 acres, but that's the whole Disney resort.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So, and I was trying to find just strictly the park. I couldn't find it, but
Okay.
by all means, it says here that it's 11 times bigger than California.
Yeah, I just remember
it's
feeling-
super
There's a lot more-
sized.
There's a lot more people in China than.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
so many,
Yeah.
and hardcore. Like everyone's dressed up. It was really cool
fun.
and fun to see. But yeah, I feel like if I would have loved to spend maybe even like 4 more days there to feel like
really?
I got it all in.
Could you walk into that castle? Some
I-
castles you can pass through and some you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember walking in, which now sounds silly because
Well,
I remember thinking it was so beautiful, but
I remember when it first opened, they were saying that people would like sit in there and
really,
rest
And
Dang
because
it.
there was nowhere. I mean, because it was hot and
yeah.
so there was people. They'd have to shoot people out of there because they were just hanging out in there.
Yeah, for some reason I felt like
But-
we couldn't, or maybe
Well,
it was
there's
just where
room
we
in
were
there.
walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I know is anywhere in the park, I felt like you could find a good picture to like take a picture with the castle behind you because it was so big.
It was so
and-
big.
I hate
Yeah.
to go back to
Photogenic.
Paris, but remember you showed me those pictures in the castle. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, there
All
was.
the stained
Stained
glass
glass.
windows were
Oh,
really
that's
neat.
right.
yeah,
I
the stained glass windows were
know.
insane.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that on the podcast in
We're still
Paris
there.
when you walk in. Oh, I mean, I guess we're like the same section of Paris.
Right,
But
right.
that's true when we walked in, how they had like the different rooms.
That was
and,
pretty neat.
Yeah.
or am I thinking about
No,
Shanghai?
yeah, yeah.
No, that was Paris,
No, well,
right?
Shanghai. It says that it also has the walk-through attraction.
Okay.
So it's probably
Castle.
similar, but
Right.
but yeah, Paris was you could there was the bottom floor and then you can go up to the second floor and it was just kind of you walk it was like a little roundabout thing and
You had to pay extra and remember to like go into certain parts.
certain access
We
to
didn't
certain
do
areas,
that.
But yeah, the inside of
Next
Paris was
time.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So the castle's awesome.
Yeah. I'm trying.
What other things can you remember that were
Stood out to you.
stood out to you?
What stood out to me? Obviously, it's fun to see any rides and characters speak in a different language. So
Did the rides only speak in Chinese or whatever?
yes, because I know Jacob, you were
Pirates,
talking
yeah.
about Pirates of the Caribbean and Paris and how we still did.
They're still in English. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember when they were talking, it was in Mandarin, and so I feel like I don't remember any English, even just like the songs as well.
But you know what's
Mulan
weird?
is very loved.
But even though they're singing in a different language,
You
it
still know
sounds
the
similar
song.
Oh yeah, it's so
because
many
It's that
emotional.
Disney voice, even though it's doesn't
Oh, here's the
Jackie
video.
Chan?
Jackie Chan sings
something,
The
right?
Beast.
Yeah,
Or the Tales
So
All His
pretty.
Time. You know how they do like when they're rolling the credits of a movie,
Right,
it'll
right.
be like John Legend singing
Right,
with
right.
Celine Dion or whatever it was in this
Right.
newer one. But yeah, he did the Beast part in
okay.
their production
that.
of Beauty and the Beast.
So the big ride that you remember was totally awesome was
Pirates of the Caribbean. That is the ride to go on many times. It was, that one hands down was my favorite. And I feel like a lot of my friends and everyone who went to Disneyland as well, that was kind of like the talk of the day or like the night.
Talk of the town.
The talk of the town. It was the talk of like the night when we were driving back to our hotel. Like we all loved that one.
Why was it your favorite? What was different about it?
It was so different because there's one part in the ride where I don't even know how they did it. I want to say a wall, but it's like all around
Projection
you.
or
It's a
whatever.
projection of where you honestly feel like you're on a
Underwater.
boat. Yeah, and then they have a part where they put you underwater and then like splash you back up. And I don't know if it's like the effects with the water and then the big screen. It just felt very real. And you're like, I
feel like-
knew I wasn't underwater, but why did I feel like I finally got my like gasp for air? Yeah. And so that one was hands down my favorite. And when I was kind of doing some research before doing this, just to remember some things, they were saying that ride alone brings in a lot of attraction and pays like 20%. Okay, I don't want to state facts because I don't remember. But all I know is
But
it's
it's
so
definitely
popular.
a main attraction.
We're gonna hold
That
it
it's like
to it,
it's like the main attraction, and 20% of the something goes to Disneyland Shanghai.
Right.
But that one was my favorite for sure. There are a lot of good rides though. They had the have elevator music pause right now. What was the? I know.
We'll take a commercial break with the DVC announcer guy.
Tell a joke. I just want to look up the rides.
What gets wetter the more it dries?
I don't know. DVC announcer guy, what?
A towel.
Oh my gosh. Okay, the Tron light cycle.
Did you get
It's
it?
gotta be the dumbest joke ever. Pretty good though for a simple joke.
Oh my gosh.
But it gets wetter. It gets wetter the more it dries.
I got
Something,
it,
you
I
know.
got it.
I
That's
think
deep.
that's clever.
pretty deep.
Yeah, it's philosophical even.
Clever.
Back to Sophia.
We can cut this part out.
Another ride that I liked was the Tron light cycle power run.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
talked about that one.
yeah.
You talked about that one.
That one was really cool.
That's right.
That one
The
kind of was
Tron,
long.
yeah,
That one was
that's-
probably the longest wait. I felt like we waited maybe an hour and 45 minutes for that one. That one was a
Yeah.
long wait.
That's
but-
coming in.
I can't wait.
Disney
So wait,
World.
you got on a bike, obviously,
Yes.
and then you were going through it on the bike. Okay.
Yes.
Jacob. That'll be there if you go.
Yeah,
At
because it
Disney
opens
World.
up
In
in 2021
Magic
at
Kingdom.
Disney World.
Oh really?
Hey, there we
So you
go.
can hit it again.
So that was pretty awesome, huh?
Yeah, I love that
How
one
many
as
times
well.
did you go on that one?
I think we only
Probably
went on
just
it
once
once
'cause the
because the
wait.
wait was so long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that was
bet.
probably our longest wait the entire time.
Did they have fast passes and stuff in Paris and Shanghai?
Maybe they did, and we just didn't
I honestly
utilize.
don't even remember for Paris. I don't think we even.
They couldn't understand. So they,
I know that was the hard thing. Not all of us had Wi-Fi.
Damn
And
language barrier.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think I don't remember feeling like we needed them in Paris.
Oh, they did have fast passes. I remember because I was with a group of friends, and then they paid.
Oh yeah, you told me.
They paid the like $100. It like they did the math, and it was like $100 each for each person, and so I didn't pay for it. And
I
so
remember she was texting me. It's like another $100 if I do the
that's
fast pass. You can wait in line.
So that's kind of like Universal has that extra fee. If you
yeah.
pay that, you get in front of
the line pass. For one ride, you
So
can get
that's
to the front of the
different than
line
Disney
one
World.
time for each ride. So at least
Yeah,
you can
that's-
ride everything once.
That's a whole different
Yeah.
system.
Similar.
It was hard because I wanted it. I feel like the lines were a lot longer. There's just so many more people there. I feel like, so it probably would have been worth it, but it was still fun. So, yeah.
So any other things you can remember about
That were different.
I remember afterwards, the fireworks show was beautiful. Love that. I mean, any.
Fireworks show.
Yeah,
was
any,
beautiful,
and I
but
feel like they go all out every time. And one thing that I remember was the shop felt very huge to me afterwards. We all wanted to go find like shirts and things to buy, like souvenirs for our families. And I felt like there was just so many shops, and there was one like, I don't know, I mean, you probably have seen bigger in Disney World, but I felt that was something I noticed that was different.
Just the shop was way bigger.
Yeah, it was just hard to decide what you wanted because there were things everywhere and just so many options of things you could buy. So that was fun. I'm trying to remember food. I mean, we had that unique corn dog. They had churros.
I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say something else, but I probably should.
you already did.
I know, but I was going to say something else.
Oh my gosh. Let me, we went on the Wending Peter Pan ride. That was fun.
Was that any different than
Was
you
it
can
the
remember?
same as here?
That's the thing I had, that was my first time going on it. A lot of my friends were like, "Soap, you haven't gone on that one?" They're like, "Let's go."
Oh yeah, that
now
one's
you
classic.
can-
You ride
so-
it and you see the little town below you
Yeah.
and stuff. You're flying in
Yeah.
California, but I don't
I
know
wonder
if
if
it's.
any different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably real similar, I imagine.
Oh, I mean it's a pretty simple ride. As
Yeah.
it
'Cause
is.
it's pretty
No,
popular.
there's a roller coaster ride there that is
Oh.
similar to Everest.
There is?
I was watching
Where?
on a video when we were
What's
sitting
it called?
Oh, the
Kilimanjaro?
Is it at Thunder or something? But
That's
it's like Thunder
Japan,
Mountain, but
isn't
it's
it?
got a different
Oh,
name
well,
on
that's
it.
something we didn't mention in Paris too. There's something like almost like a big Thunder Mountain type ride there.
It goes backwards.
No,
It goes
where's
forward
the
and
one
backwards.
on Tom Sawyer's Island? It goes under the water.
I'm trying to.
You start off on one side and you end up on the island. It's where the Thunder Mountain is. That's not Paris?
I don't remember
I could
that.
have sworn you were talking about that.
Oh, also in Shanghai, there's the maze thing. Oh.
Oh yeah,
That's
you
right.
had
That's
Alice
right,
in
you showed
Wonderland,
us
the Queen of
Yeah,
Hearts.
we didn't go into that one. I think
court.
it's also a ride as well because I remember there was a line, but I just felt like all the greenery and everything was just beautiful. I mean, as you can
Yeah.
see, there's tons of trees. They just, yeah.
Did they have any kind? Let's see. Any other kind of?
Oh,
did
Buzz
they have a
Lightyear ride too.
Did you go on that?
Yeah, I went on that
Was it
one.
a shooting?
Yep, it was a
thing?
shooting
ride?
ride. Yeah, there's that one.
Okay.
So the laser still doesn't hit.
No, no haunted mansion. No haunted mansion
Yeah.
type ride there.
I don't
You
know.
don't remember going on something like that?
Wait a sec. I feel like. I don't know. Can you check if they do? I feel like I remember going on one of those. But maybe it was in. I don't know if it was in Paris or if it was in Shanghai.
It's probably something different,
Paris
more
Haunted
culturally.
Mansion is different.
We need to
just
do
like-
these. We need to do
I
these
know.
chats
I just.
quicker after.
I know
forget.
there's.
I know,
I
right?
can't remember. I get them mixed up in the parks. Like, you
Yeah.
know, Mystic Manor is in one of the parks. I can always get mixed up which one's in which park. But that one's a little different than. That might be Hong Kong. I
So
don't
they
know.
have Tron, Pirates of the Caribbean, Roaring Rapids.
Oh yeah, I feel like I went on that. Somebody
There you go.
got
Rapids.
so wet
Yeah.
on that. Yeah, that one was fun. trying to go on
Voyage
as
to the
many.
Crystal Grotto. Carousel, Jetpacks. Yeah, that's right.
You had to have gone on more rides than Tron and Pirates of the Caribbean.
Soaring over the horizon.
We went on the
so was
bus
it
one.
Chinese themed?
Is that
Did you do
Soaring?
Soaring?
Okay, I'm bummed I didn't do that one. Dang it. That would have been a cool one to
That'd
see.
have been
Sure,
a
it
good
probably
one.
goes
Yeah,
to
because they probably had the
That's
Great
quite
Wall of
different.
China.
That's quite a different film.
Yeah.
I wonder if they had that in Paris too. A soaring.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Maybe they
huh?
did in that other park.
They have
They had a lot
Slinky
of
Dog
activities at the other
there.
park.
I went on the... It was a cute little kid one where they have like the music singing throughout. You're on like a little boat.
Talking about It's a Small World?
No.
Oh.
I don't think they had... Oh, maybe they
Heinrich's
did.
train ride?
No.
Yeah, Heinrich Schiff.
And
Oh,
Barbara
that looks
Universe
good.
in Shanghai.
Come on, the I'm
but,
so hungry.
but yeah, there was It's a Small World in Paris,
That's
obviously.
fine.
That's probably in every Disney park. It's a Small World. That's
It's in a lot
kind of a
them.
capstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was Voyage. That was the
Voyage.
one
Voyage to the Center of the Earth.
to the Crystal...
Hey, what
Crystal,
park is that
whatever,
in?
yeah.
Grotto?
Let's see.
Yes.
Let's see.
Yes, that was when I went on as well. I remember that
What's
one
it
being a
called?
long wait. Voyage to the Crystal Grotto. Is that how you say that?
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember kind of getting emotional because I felt like there was the part with Mulan and where she has her
Okay.
song and you have like the little kids singing along.
Well, yeah, man, you gotta have Mulan in there.
Yeah, I feel like you see a lot of Mulan and Mushu everywhere. Like
Okay.
the shirts. I mean, obviously, you know, that's
Do they have a
it's China.
bunch of those little, what do they call those, Katie? The little, is that Japan? Where they do the little weird Mickey Mouses and...
Oh, like the anime.
Little anime
kinda.
carriers.
Yeah. You remember the little, they have the little, I don't know.
They're in the
goofy-
cabinet there.
Yeah, what are those called?
Yeah, like
No.
I
They're
wanna say
little,
anime, but
Yeah, anime. I
Pop,
think that's
pop,
called.
pop. Can't remember the name.
I feel like there were shirts like that. I don't know
Okay.
what you call it, but yes.
Yeah, they're called something. I can't remember
Yes.
what they're
And I got
actually
some
called.
ears there.
Shipwreck Shore looks really cool in Shanghai. Where you've got the pirate's head and all that.
Oh yeah, I met Jack.
You did.
We're
As a
friends.
business trip, I think you guys just need to visit every single Disneyland.
I know. it'd be
It's
nice.
on our bucket list.
Ride it on the tax ride on.
So how long was the plane ride there?
Oh
to Shanghai?
goodness.
Did you just go directly from like Utah to Shanghai, or did you like have a trip?
Yeah,
You
well
guys
we
traveled
went
so
to
long.
more than one stop.
yeah. At first we arrived in Beijing, and then I should know this order better than
But it was
I remember.
probably quite the trip.
yeah. So we went to
What did you
Beijing,
guys do on
Xi'an on the airplane to
Play
watch
Kettle
so
and
many
Mix.
movies. Oh no! First we tried to get like our sleeping schedule.
Yeah, that's
You know,
gotta
the
be
same
shit.
way as-
lag.
Yeah, that was really hard.
But yeah,
Um,
I feel like Shanghai was one of the last things that you guys did.
yeah, it was our last area, last place we
So where did you guys
performed.
stay when you were there? Did you get to stay at the resort? Or?
No, but we stayed in some really fancy hotels, which
Okay.
You spoiled girl.
I felt very spoiled. Like Home Alone, when he goes to New York and he stays at
in the Plaza Hotel.
That's how I felt.
Really?
Like
Wow.
honestly, these hotels were beautiful. Like they obviously paired us with like a roommate each night, but like you have your own big huge bed and the showers and the tub and the view. Yeah, I feel like they really took care of us because BYU changed their policy where before you used to be able to stay with members or people
Right.
from that country, but then I guess they changed it that year, so they had to pay for everyone to be in a hotel. And it was really
Which
nice.
nice, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I felt very
Oh, well.
spoiled there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else about Shanghai that you can remember that you'd like to bring up? That you thought was really cool?
I just love Shanghai. I love anything Disney, but Shanghai definitely is high up there. And I would love to go again. If Jacob wants to go with me. And we can go to Hong Kong as well, but
Hong Kong. Bing
So
dong.
in order, what's your favorite? If you had to put the parks that you've been to so far, how would you
You've
rate
been to
them?
3 parks.
You've been to 3.
I guess Disneyland, California. I guess because that's the first one. That's kind of like home for
Home
me.
base.
I would probably say Shanghai second and Paris third. Why are you giving me that
Sorry,
face?
French people.
It just,
Or
I was with you in Paris and I wasn't with you in Shanghai.
I'm
You
talking.
could just say, my least favorite is when I was with my husband. That's interesting.
No, honey. I mean, like
reading a little
I'm
much into that one.
talking about. No,
I know you're
feel really
talking.
bad.
No, you're talking about
You
the
make me
park.
feel bad. I mean,
feel
like
bad,
the park.
no.
I just felt like there was so much.
You're talking about the park. I know.
Yeah,
I'm
the
just
park.
giving you a hard time.
And Pirates of the Caribbean. You didn't experience that. You would say the same thing. Okay, maybe they're tied.
No, it's okay, baby. It's okay.
I think you would really like Shanghai.
You know, maybe if you
Sure
weren't
would.
distracting her so much with your honeymoon, she might have liked that a lot
Paris a
better.
little more, staring at each other the whole time.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Jacob. Disneyland? We're at Disneyland?
And mind you, we did go to Paris later. We arrived there a lot later, and I had much more time in Shanghai. I had, it was just, yeah.
You don't have to explain yourself.
Okay,
I understand.
Sophia. So, thank you guys for doing this.
Thank
being
you
on the
for
podcast.
having us.
But I would like you to tell everybody what group you sing with,
Okay.
BYU, and you also have a YouTube channel. Plug it.
I do, yes. So the first group I was in was called Livin Legends. That's more of like cultural performing. So you have Native American, Polynesian, and Latin dancing, and some singing in that. And then the group that I went to Shanghai in Disneyland with was a group called Young Ambassadors. A lot of musical theater performances and songs. So yeah, that's what I do. I performed in those groups, and my YouTube channel is my name, Sophia Marie Guerrero. Please come and subscribe and watch videos I'm currently editing when we went to Europe. So the Paris Disneyland will be up there soon, and then yeah, you'll be able to see the China one as well because I vlogged both of those.
And then where can they also see some videos with the group you sing with BYU?
Oh, Young Ambassadors. Yeah, they're on YouTube as well, on Instagram. I guess any social media platform. There's also Facebook groups as well.
And if you are ever in and around Utah, where we go to school at Brigham Young University, she performs in theaters in that area as well. And there's a theater called Hale Center Theater, Sandy. It's in Sandy, Utah, just south of Salt Lake City. And she just got cast as Jane in Tarzan. And it's the best.
Disney, yeah.
It's
Is it a Disney version of it?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Phil Collins did all the music
Nice.
and stuff, so it's really good music. I like it. I think I liked it initially more than you because it's Phil Collins.
Yeah.
And I listen to that stuff with you, and it kind of has
It has
it's his style. It's a little
So
older.
when's that gonna play?
Oh, that's going to be from November to January.
Yeah. First thing in November to mid-January.
So if you're ever in that area or whatever, and
Yeah.
you're able to get it,
It's been voted the
check it
best
out,
theater
man.
in Utah for like 7 years in a row. So it's definitely not your middle school play. It's it's a spectacular.
Very big on the spectacle. Rumor has it they're going to have a live waterfall, and
Wow.
they're very big on family shows, so they do a lot of Disney. They'll be doing Mary Poppins right before, so there's a lot of good
Cool.
shows there.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks guys for being with us on this episode, and until next time, we're out of here.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Visit us on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook, so check us out. See you later.
Yes. And please forgive us for not
Exit
knowing your
music.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Rob from Livin Lovin Disney. If you're in the market for DVC property and would like to go the resale route, give Garden View Realty a call at 305-747-5137. Ask for Alex Lopez and he'll help you make your dream of owning a part of Disney magic come true. That's Garden View Realty, 305-747-5137. Ask for Alex and make your dreams come true.